to the Art of Creative Thinking and Problem Solving. This is course 402 in the Art of Leadership Developmental Learning System series of courses. This progressive fourth Advanced 4 course is an experiential, engaging, fast-moving, interactive learning experience designed to be a 2-day sabbatical from routine. Participants will walk away with a greater awareness of our mental models and adapting them to solve the problems at hand. The Art of Creative Thinking and Problem Solving is 2 courses in one. It is examining the lens through which we see the world and awareness of our operational paradigms moving outside the box to create unique and effective solutions to problems. So our first question might be, well, where does creativity come from? The brain. The brain is the largest and most complex organ in the human body. The human brain weighs about 3 pounds. It serves as the center of the nervous system in all vertebrate and most invertebrate animals. The average human brain has about 100 billion neurons. Each neuron can be connected to up to 10,000 other neurons, passing signals to each other via as many of 1,000 trillion synaptic connections. Equivalent by some estimates to a computer with a 1 trillion bit per second processor. Wow. Now, estimates of the human brain's memory capacity vary widely, but from 1 to 1,000 terabytes. For a comparison, the 19 million volumes in the U.S. Library of Congress represent about 10 terabytes of data. Wow. Now, the brain has 2 hemispheres, and in general, the left hemisphere is dominant in language. It has Broca's area and Wernicke's areas for speech and hearing. It processes that hearing and handling most of the speaking duties in those 2 areas. It's also in charge of carrying out logic and exact mathematical computations. Now, when you need to retrieve facts, your left brain also pulls it from your memory. Now, the right hemisphere is mainly in charge of spatial abilities, facial recognition, processing music. It performs some math and rough estimates and comparisons. The right brain side also helps us to comprehend visual imagery, make sense of what we see. It plays a role in language, particularly in interpreting context, a person's tone or body language. Now, brain asymmetry is essential for proper brain function, says Dr. Stephen Wilson of the University College of London. It allows the 2 sides of the brain to become specialized and increase the brain's processing capability, and avoiding situations of conflict where both sides of the brain try to take charge. Now, in Winifred Gallagher's excellent book, Wrapped, she states, up to a point, there is some truth in the notion of brain asymmetry. However, research into brain lateralization quickly becomes more complicated. There is some utility, she says, in left brain, right brain distinction. For instance, spatial cues and reasoning recruits more structures in the right hemisphere, and language processing recruits more structures from the left hemisphere. But none of these findings, however, negate the fact that the entire creative process involves the whole brain. So the ACT teaches primary skill sets within the 2 linked hemispheres of the brain, such as pattern recognition, the Stroop effect, the automaticity model, convergent versus divergent thinking, 2 types of thinking approaches to problem solving, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, and abductive reasoning, System 1 and System 2 thinking approaches, the 4-stage creative process, the 6 thinking hats approach to creative thinking from Edward Bono. Multiple creative thinking games are throughout the ACT, and the 5-step problem-solving process, analyzing the Shewhart cycle and multiple in-depth case study applications. And we will learn the most important lesson in the ACT. Creativity isn't learned, it's unlearned. To prove this to yourself, just observe a child at play.